We're here today with Pastor Steve Goodry at the Valley Pentecostal Church in Hanmer, and Steve's going to take us on a tour.
Oh, we're really glad to have you with us and take you on a little tour of our church and kind of bring you up to a little bit of an understanding of what we do here. This is our main entrance, our foyer that we have. This is kind of a multiple use too. We kind of come into this area, a lot of fellowship, a lot of greeting and talking, and so we've got some tables set up, and as you can see, some art on the walls and different things that we're very conscious of God using us in multiple ways, and some of those things are definitely in art. And you'll see in just a moment when we get into the sanctuary that even while we're doing worship, some of our people paint. And so some of the paintings you see on the walls here are paintings that were done in the middle of a worship service, maybe over 3 or 4 weeks. This area also really works out to be a little cafe for us on certain nights. When we come in here, our group called The Bridge, which meets on Fridays. It's just a very relaxed time for a bridge between those that don't regularly attend church and are thinking about coming to church. And so there'll be tables all over here, and they'll be having cappuccinos and coffees and all the different things out here, desserts. So it's kind of a multiple use. So.
Neat idea. Yeah. It seems like everything springs from here too. How many people are in the congregation?
We're usually around about 150. We probably got close to about 200 to 175 that call it their home church, but just like probably a lot of our churches, everybody's working or different things, so sometimes it takes 2 or 3 weeks before you see everybody in the church with everything that's going on. But our enrollment, like that would be memberships and different things like that, it's about 150 is the number that we're running at in the church.
Great.
So we got a lot of use. And if you can visualize this room kind of set like this, we are now an area that the Canadian Blood Clinic is using for a blood donation here. And so on once a month, all of a sudden you'll walk in here and this whole room will be transformed into the blood clinic. And they're all set up here so that we can keep giving the blood of life to help others out. And so our facility was large enough to do it, and we worked around it. And so they do a part here, and then they use our main sanctuary for the donators of the blood.
Great. So what can you tell us about some of this area in here? Is this just
what we have over here on your right-hand side is our information desk. A lot of the hub of what's kind of going on there, handouts, things that are coming up, different life groups that we're going to be doing, different programs that are coming, kind of come from that area there. This area here, a lot of times what we're finding is people will just mingle around, sit on the chairs, just take some time. We like to honor, a lot of times we'll have different art, like I say, that God is stirring into people. As we were talking just a little while ago, a lot of people will just come and sit around and have a great time of fellowship out here. But it's really, our entrance way into the main sanctuary where we come to worship God and just have a great time in His presence. One of the things we were talking about, we like to honor, as most churches do, we like to honor all those that have gone ahead of us. And one of the things that was established at the Valley Church here, at Valley Pentecostal Church, was a memorial plaque which was done up for those that were a part of our church or those that have donated when they've passed away to the church to keep it going. And so this is kind of the plaque that we have, and I had a vision a little while ago that really wanted to honor those people just in a different way than a plaque. And so God gave me this picture of a giant oak tree, and then what we would do is have leaves with their names on them on the oak tree. Kind of a little bit like what they did down at the hospital with the maple leaves.
All right, okay.
And on that, for people that donate towards the church that have gone to be with the Lord or passed away, whatever. And so I had one of our artists, we have an artist in our church, and she painted up a mural, which is about 4 by 7, which we're looking to do is we're going to hang it on this wall here. If you follow me into another, just a segment here, that we're going to have it hanging here. That way we want to honor them even more. A lot of times little plaques get caught in a corner and kind of get lost, but these people have prayed for this church, these people have seeded financially, they've used their giftings, and we want to honor them for allowing us still to have a church to minister in.
Could we have a sneak peek at it?
We could. It's just in the process. It's all painted. We've got to kind of hid away here with us in a room that's under construction.
I promise I won't look at the mess.
So this is it. Let me get the lights for you.
Beautiful.
This is the painting that's done. We're going to have another one of our young adults is going to frame it. He's a cabinet maker, so he's going to frame it all. And again, like I said, this is one of our, which I think is so great. It's one of our young adults that painted the picture of the oak tree. And then if you can visualize, there'll be little plaques of oak leaves with each of their names all over that tree. I'm getting a few people saying, we're going to cover up that great art. But, you know, the importance is not just the art, but the importance is the people's names. And so we're just believing that, and we've got a scripture verse that we're going to have on there talking about the, you know, the righteousness and all that they've seeded in.
Wow.
This room's under construction because we're in the process of making it into a cafe because, as we were saying, we do a lot of little things up here before our services, like free Timmy's coffee and different things like that before having church services. And so we're looking to tear out a window in this area here so we can have a serving area through. Wow. And we're going to set it up in here so the youth can do it a bit for fundraisers and different things that we're doing. So that's in process.
Wow.
We're kind of working towards that.
That's going to really be neat.
Maybe while we're still up here, I can even kind of give you a little dream thing that we're looking at doing as well. The big thing that the Valley Church is looking to do is just going outside of these doors. We want to enclose outside and eventually just into the hill, not getting into the toboggan, you know, this toboggan hill, because if we're into that hill, I could get in trouble by taking it away. But we want to build a recreational center just out here on the hill that would tie to the church so that we can use it for the community. Valley Pentecostal Church is very community minded, so we want to have a full-size high school basketball court in there with a serving kitchen and a couple of offices across the front that we can rent out to different groups to utilize in the community. We want the recreational center, the gym, to be rented out. We've already got some high schools interested in coming in here to use it for basketball, soccer, different things like that. Maybe ladies volleyball, seniors could come and use it for bocce or different things like that. So that's the vision that we're shooting towards, and we've started a building fund towards that. We're working towards it, looking to maybe get some grants.
Wow. How long have you been here?
Coming into my 8th year. November will be 8 years.
So you're planning on staying for a while?
I want to see these things done. So
I was going to say.
Yeah, we're planning. I'm a long hauler.
Yeah, this is great.
So
we're going next.
Kind of looking down here. Well, why don't we just take you down which is a big part of us.
Okay.
As you see again, there's some art on the wall. Another one of our young ladies.
Okay. So we'll go into the back. So where are we now?
Well, you're entering into our nursery. This is our nursery area. As you notice, one of the things at Valley Pentecostal Church is we love kids. We believe the family is very important to us. And so this is our nursery area. This area here right now is supervised by the parents right now. As we're getting more workers, we'll probably have it supervised by staff in here. But right now, it's supervised by the parents. You have access to see what's going on in the service and what's happening. So we've got this all set up with their own washroom, their own change room, so they can do all. And we've got an area set up here for nursing moms and everything else. And we make it just bright and full of life like the kids are. We just probably just let you know is like all of our staff and almost most of our people here at Valley Pentecostal Church have had to go through a process called Plan to Protect. and they all have to have police checks. They have to take a course on how to honor children and how to care for children and to do all that, and then to also make this the safest place that we can within our abilities to protect our investment of our children and your children, that would be coming here. And so that's a very important thing for us. It's a lot of extra work, but you know what? It's the value of children and their safety is at no cost. So this is our nursery, which is a great
Beautiful
place for them.
So we're going now into...
Well, let's go to the main sanctuary.
Sure, let's go.
And this is our upper floor. We've got handicapped washrooms because of the entranceway here. That way people have free access here. This is our main sanctuary that you're entering into. We did kind of a modernizing overhaul here since I've been here, changing all the carpeting, repainting it, trying to modernize it, removing the light fixtures and changing all of them to try and save energy. Same with the windows and everything. We're very cautious, conscious about trying to be energy efficient the best that we can. So we've upgraded a lot of things in those areas as well.
It's very bright.
Yeah, it's that was a big thing. We wanted it to be bright for you. We've got our sound guys set up at the back. We're into a lot of high-tech stuff with computers and everything else like that. All our services are downloaded onto the computer, and then we have the audio right now, which you can go on our website and get all of our services that are preached. And we're just in the process of looking at maybe going streaming to stream all of our services. Then you can watch everything that's going on. As you notice, we're not the church with pews anymore. We're into the chairs. These are interlocking chairs. They almost seem like a pew. Got away from the old hard pews. Now we're into padding, nice soft chairs to sit in.
Versatile too, isn't it?
But we've gone to these chairs. We went to this process because this is really a multi-use type of situation. As you see, we've got chairs out for just over 150, 180 people, but we have access with the extra chairs to seat 300, and that's what our sanctuary will seat is 300 people. And this is a multi-use kind of situation as well for us. The blood clinic, as I was saying earlier, utilizes this whole area. This is their main area for the blood clinic. And in fact, we even have a group coming in that's going to do, it's like a music group where they teach kids different instruments and different things in the arts. And they're going to be utilizing this as well. So the sanctuary has been used for different functions. So with the chairs, we can take them out, we can move them around, we can put more, less, whatever we want to do. So it makes the room a lot more usable for us. So if we know we're going to have a big crowd, we can add chairs. If it's going to be a small crowd, we can make it more close and intimate for us.
And didn't you say that there's a dance group that's going to be
there's a dance group that's coming in here that's going to they do a lot of musical stuff. I don't know if they totally do just dance, but I know they do a lot of recitals and music things, and they're going to be coming in, and they've done a few of their main shows, so all those parents will be coming in to see their kids, what they have learned, like we said, the heartbeat of this church is really to touch our community. And so we want to be a part. We don't want to just be a church on the corner. We want to really have the community know that this church is here for them. Okay. As you notice, we're kind of high tech, the laptops and everything else. So between Pastor Curtis and myself, we use a lot of PowerPoint or videos. So we project them up on the big screen. I have a lot of videos, different things that are going on, and one of the great little things that Pastor Curtis does occasionally is he'll do like a movie night, and so we've got all the copyright licenses for that kind of thing, and so families will come in and have a movie here and have a great time. As you notice, a lot of the instruments up on the platform, we're very up-tempoed worship. We're no longer with really the old pipe organs and things like that. We've gone to the keyboards and the drums, the bass, acoustic guitars, electric guitars, and in fact, sometimes we have double keyboards going, and so we like very up-tempo music, very engaging. People love the time of worship here because we love worshiping God. And as we were talking earlier, this is the area that our artist usually gets in here, and then they just kind of wait on God as the worship music's going. God just kind of gives them a picture. Sometimes it'll take weeks for them to finish it, and they'll get them done. And so God's given them a picture. And one of the things that I'm kind of a stickler with is I usually ask them what God showed them. And so they, when they're all done their picture, they share what God was showing them. I don't want things hanging on the walls here without a reason behind them. And so that's what we do. And we just love being in here with God and worshiping God in the fullness of all that He is. And in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. We just love the moving of the Holy Spirit. So
Sounds like a lot goes on.
well, just it's a good time. It's a good time.
That's really nice.
And as you notice, we don't use the platform to preach from. Both Pastor Curtis and myself are a part of the family here. So we preach right down on the floor, close up to the people. And so when we're ministering, we're right there with them. And we do a lot of ministry at the altar, praying for the sick and praying with people. And so our altar spaces are usually quite large. So that there's lots of room for people to be ministered to.
Okay, so we're downstairs
Very
now.
nice. We're downstairs. This is the hub of a lot of the ministry that we do. We have a lot of groups. We have life groups, which we run, which are around all the time. This here, the room that you're entering here, is the youth room. This is our youth. They just have a great time in here. They got some pinball machines. They have games. They have all the PowerPoints and all the stuff like that. They got the Xboxes, everything in here. They come in here and have a devotional that gears to their age, like a talk about things that relate to them and the time that they can spend together in here. Kind of just hang out, as you see. They got some furniture to hang out here with the leaders and kind of talk over stuff and just have a great time. And then a lot of time of fellowship and really enjoying themselves. So they're in here. They do some wacky games, food eating contests and different relays and stuff like that. So this is mainly their meeting room. This is where they kind of hang out and do some stuff in here. This room also gets multi-used. Our intercessors, our prayer group come in here and they pray and take time to pray. Upstairs in the main sanctuary, we also have a group that comes in every Tuesday and prays for people in need. This group here is here on Tuesday morning. They use this room and they just come and pray for the needs of the church, needs of the community, and everything else that's going. So different groups are using this on different nights. So we're trying to give them all the aids that we can with the video projectors and different things like that to present what they're teaching and what they're doing. So just a really well-used room. And
Well, you're saying this is where they meet during Sunday services?
yeah, well, in fact, what we have in here now is we have, because we so believe in the family, we have our main service upstairs, but kids are, they're not going to get as much out of what I'm sharing for adults as they would with a teacher that's gearing it to their age level. So this is our junior high room on Sunday mornings. These are kids probably about 8 or 9 years of age and up to about 12 or so. They're in here. We've got teachers again, like that are trained with Plan to Protect. In fact, the exciting part is some of them are our young adults that are teaching these classes. So like, it's not a big span between the age brackets. So they really respect those teachers because they understand them, and those teachers understand what these kids are going through. So it's really related to them. So this is what's going on here Sunday. They're down here for the whole service time that, at 10 o'clock they get here, and then they're here through the whole time just doing different things. And so they'll just have a great time down here.
Great.
We'll kind of take you on a little bit of a tour, kind of scooting through here. This is our kitchen area. And We did some remodeling in here, new cupboards and everything else, new flooring, revamped it all up and got it going. A lot of our functions come out of this kitchen. A lot of things that we're doing, our fellowship times together. Same thing with our Sunday school staff. They come in here and make little snacks for the kids all the time and do everything in here. The other part that's really unique is we have teamed up with Our Children, Our Future. And one of the programs that Our Children, Our Future is doing is a program to help people go and like coupon the prices for food, and then how to meal plan and how to put meals together, how to cook them, how to get it all together so that many of the families that Our Children, Our Future service and work with can be giving good meals and little hassle. They can freeze them. So they come in once a month. They come in for 2 days. They come in one day to do all the planning, figure out what they're going to cook, what the recipe is, everything that they're going to do. They use our kitchen because they don't have access to it. So they come down from their main office, bring their people, know to come here, and they meet here and they go through the whole process. And then they come back at the end of that week and they cook all the food. So I'm just telling you, it smells really good in here. Kind of hard on me when I come into work and you get to smell that aroma of good food going down the hallway. But they do all that here and use all the prep. So we're really thrilled to be working with them and helping them in any way we can to service the people in our community for that.
That's really great.
Yeah. So still not big enough for the ladies, I guess, but it's doing a good job. Well, we'll bring you into our multi-purpose room. This is our multi-purpose room, which is, by its name, multi-purpose. Probably used mainly for Sunday mornings. This is our kids' church. Kids' church is ages 4 up to about 8 years of age. They're all in here. They'll have their own song service. They'll have their own games. They'll have their own Bible stories. They'll have their craft time, and they have snack time and everything else. And so they're doing all that. Again, kids are so into the multimedia, so we're trying to keep up with the age. And so we've got the video projectors and the videos and different games that they do and a lot of fun that they have. So while they're learning about God, there's a lot of real creative ways to do that through the videos and different things that we have. As you notice, this room is for Sunday, but then through the week we have life groups that use this room. Our men's group uses this room to come together where we set up tables and the men meet and talk about issues that relate to men, building up partnerships and friendships and accountability. So they meet here. And then once a month on Monday nights, our ladies come as well, and our ladies have a ladies' night, which they use this room. And they've been doing some really creative things. The last one they brought in a man from a nursery who started talking about how when's the right time to plant things, when's the right plants for our area and everything else. So they did that. So they're not only just doing the biblical principle, but they're also touching people right where they are, planting their gardens, manicures and different things that they're doing for ladies. So this place is just humming with ladies and the different programs that they're running here. Then you got to also visualize on Tuesday nights we have our youth program. And Tuesday night we'll have all the youth in here. And so they're doing wacky games and they're doing different things on online, up on the big screen. And this place is just humming with our youth. And so that youth group, basically is probably grade 7, grade 8, right up. And the real fun part is to see a lot of our college and careers in their 20s, or those that have graduated from high school, coming back and seeding into those kids and being a part of helping Pastor Curtis in our youth ministry that's going on here. So it's a multi-purpose room, let alone our fellowship times.
Yeah.
When we have Sundays where we'll have service, and after service we'll pull out all the chairs and everybody will bring their best food, and we'll have a great fellowship time here and just get to know each other and spend time. Okay. Well, listen, why don't we just keep moving? We said this area is used on Sundays for kids in a big way. One of the benefits that Our Children, Our Future really liked was that we're equipped to look after children, and they bring in children with those parents. So this is our Toddville. Toddville is for our children that are past the nursery. They're 2-3-year-olds, and they're in this area. This area here is kind of like their motor area where they can play games and do different things. They got their shopping carts and they can have a good time. Then they're into their classroom here, which is all set up, for them. And so this is their classroom where, well, again, like I said, we have teachers that have been police checked and gone through the Plan to Protect program. They're in here. Multiple staff. We always have 2 or 3 in here just for the care of the children. And so they're in here learning about Jesus geared to their age and a part of their life. And so they've got videos that happen in here and songs, and they have their song time and have all their cushy chairs all lined up against the wall and having a great time doing puzzles and everything else like this. So this is just a fun, creative place for the kids. It's bright and they have a lot of fun in here, so we just really enjoy it, and the staff just do a great job for the kids.
It's amazing. There's just so much going on.
Well, and like I said, our children, our future, just think it's so great. They said, man, this is like having a daycare. And really, it is like that for us. And then when we have certain functions, the kids have a place where they can go, and it's a safe place.
Great. Very nice.
Well, if you want to, we'll just wander down the hall here. And,
let's move on.
We're kind of working our way around. I know a lot of times it seems like a maze, but after you've been here a bit, you kind of get to know where you're going. Got all our washroom facilities down at this end, and this office here is a new addition to us. This office here is our Leaders in Training office.
Leaders in Training.
Leaders in Training. This is kind of a real heartbeat and a brainchild that Pastor Curtis put together and oversees. What this is we're raising up leaders in our own congregation. So what we've got is multiple. We've got some students that have finished high school and are not sure where they want to go to university or what they want to do, but they love God. And so what they're doing in here is they come and they can make a 3-month commitment up to a year commitment to be under the mentorship of different leaders in our church. And so we had one young girl finished high school and was kind of thinking she was going to go to college and didn't know if she wanted to go into ministry or just work in the secular field, whatever it was. But she loves kids and she loves youth. So she has taken the youth leadership and so she gave 3 months. Looks like she's going to sign up for the year, and she's been helping Pastor Curtis with our youth program. She's been speaking, she's been planning games, she's been doing posters and all of the administrative things. So she's getting that on-hands training time, and they make that commitment, and we get them into some books that we'd like them to read to better their education and keep them fresh. They'll be going to a conference. We'll pay for that for them to go to a conference on the area that they're really looking to do. Then we had another young adult who was into the arts, and so there was the same thing that happened with that. Did all the training and everything for them in the arts, and they were being mentored by my wife, who does all the worship, and so they're getting into music and getting into worship and into painting and into all that. So they've been on for 3 months doing that apart, and in fact that person is going back to university to get their teachers in art, and so they're heading there. Then we sometimes think, well, it's just the younger ones, but we had adults come in here who said, you know what, I want to learn a little bit more about the Bible, I want to be involved in ministry. And we had a couple that came, did the 3 months program here, very involved in ministry, mentored by Pastor Curtis again, and a little bit by myself. And they have now gone on the road to do full-time ministry, and that's what they're doing. And so they're going to be a part of that as well. And so we're really happy with them and what they're doing as well. And so they're off and doing that. And they, in fact, have just headed back to BC and they're going to be doing a ministry where they're praying for political leaders and our councils and teachers council, all of those right across Canada, and praying for leaders that are over us.
Wow.
And so they're going to be heading that all up. And so they were a part of this. So
That's really neat.
this is a pretty unique office.
Yeah.
A lot of potential that we may never know how big it will be, but we're getting some of the fruits here right at Valley Pentecostal Church.
Planting the seed.
Planting a seed, investing into the future.
Yeah. Great. Moving on.
Moving on, so as we walk down in, these are some storage rooms that we're trying to utilize for all the things we have. This is our board room. This is where our board meets, gets together to do some of the spiritual and financial planning for the church. It also, we used to have a library, and we found that so much with the technology now, a lot of our church family are getting their books online and doing that. And so what we have found is that bottom line, the library really wasn't getting used as much as we would have liked it. So now we've reconstructed it, and we're going to make it a resource library. And so we're now sorting out our books, adding and taking away some. We've been giving some away to other churches that run a formal library. But we're going to have a resource, so if you want to know anything about the Holy Spirit, there'll be some books that can be on the Holy Spirit. If you want to know about evangelism, there'll be some books on that. If you want to do, we've got some of our people doing Bible college courses, so there'll be a whole segment on studying. Then the videos for the kids, for our kids' church, will be in here, and different things that we'll have, which is a part of it. This also room, like again, is our board room where our board comes together. I'm very blessed on our board to have 7 board members with me, and it's a cross section of our whole church, which is so awesome. It's an elected position, but I've got some women on my board. I've got some men on my board. I've got men that are now grandpas. I got some men that are dads, young family men on my board. And then I've got one of my young guys is a young adult. He's in his late 20s. So a great cross-section of our church family around this table, making some decisions as God gives us direction of the future of Valley Pentecostal Church. Okay, so kind of want to get you into some things here. This is Pastor Curtis's office. He's my assistant pastor. He's a Detroit Lions fan, as you can see. All my boys are pretty well into sports. And so, as you can see, this is kind of the hub. He's in here having a lot of stuff going. He takes on a lot of things for me as my assistant. He's a phenomenal preacher and does a lot of ministry. Just got an award from the Rainbow Board of Education for his volunteering at different schools, at Chummy and at Confederation, doing football, basketball, and different things. And he was very honored, and we were honored as a church for him receiving that award. But this is his office where there's lots of planning. Kind of from this office, you kind of see that he's just down to earth and very community-minded, very involved. And we're been coaching football over at Confed for pretty well since we've been here. And Bishop High School has been coming down here and utilizing our facility as well for different workshops that they're doing. So, you know, just like we've been kind of saying, we want to be a part of the community. I think we are a part of the community. We just want the community to know we're here to serve them. Great. So we can move on to the young generation here and move into the ideal. This is the hub. This is the brains, as everybody says. This is the secretary's office, the administrative office. As you can see, she's on the phone making sure everything's working well here. It just happens she's my wife too, so that's kind of nice. So a lot of charm. So this is the administrative office. This is where all the business goes. If you're calling, that's who you're going to see, and this is where that phone call is going to get in here. And so this is where we do all the main things. This office just down here is our bookkeepers office, so it's all of our financing and everything that we have to do for that.
No, I won't say too much.
You don't have to talk much extra.
That's good.
Great.
So we'll kind of just wander down here to my office, as you probably figured out, being very community-minded, both Curtis and I probably don't spend a whole lot of time in our offices, but you know, there are times when we need to get in here. And this is kind of my den. It's my sports den, and so you quickly start to see that my boys got it from this side of the family. Even though Esther's very athletic, well, I guess the simple thing is we're just down to earth people, and we just want people to feel comfortable when they come into the office. And so this is my place. Besides that, Esther said I couldn't have this at home.
It's like a museum. And you live in the valley too?
Yes, we do. We're a part of the valley. We're just over on Saint Jacques off of Côté, so we're nice and close, and we're a very, very big part of the community, and that's what we've always done. We've always felt that, and that's kind of the thing. This is, you know, kind of as you see the office, you get a few extra people. We meet in here as staff, taking time to kind of brainstorm where God wants us to go as a church. One of those things that came out of this room was our family festival that we do every year. We're coming into our 5th family festival. That's that day out here where our whole parking lot becomes a giant carnival area, and everything's free.
It's 5 years already.
It's 5 years already. Yeah, 5 years. All totally looked after. And this is the coolest part that I think that's happening now is our church family. It took us a couple of years to get to that place where we felt we had enough volunteers to help run it. But now we're getting volunteers from the high schools, we're getting volunteers from the community that are calling me up and saying, hey, we're getting so blessed by that day, can we help out? And so they're helping us now, which is just really unique. And man, I cannot believe the businesses in the community, how they have come on board with us, because we're able to do the whole day free of charge because of those businesses that finance this and put the money into it. And so there's surprises and the food, and like last year we gave away trailers. We gave away a trailer, utility trailer, you know, and TVs, flat screen TVs. Like there's just no way that that can't happen unless we all work together as a community and come together. So it's just a great day for the family. It's a safe time. So those are a lot of the things that kind of come out of here, some of the plans that we got, and kind of looking over the blueprints and trying to decide how we can get that recreational center built. So maybe we can run, both Curtis and I grew up through floor hockey in southern Ontario. I'm originally a northern boy from the Sioux area, Ellie Lake, the Sioux, but went down to Windsor to work, and out of there found that floor hockey was a big deal, and I think it could be a blast here. So if we can get a gym built, maybe we can start running a floor hockey league out of that gym for the kids right up to grade 8, and then try and turn those kids in grade 8 back to be referees and stuff like that. So we got some visions. Yeah, just got to get there. But if you don't have a vision, you don't move. So
you got to dream.
That's the whole heartbeat of our church is, you know, to touch our community and to get to know, let our community get to know how much God loves them.
Oh, that's great. It's been very informative. There's an awful lot more in here than you even led me to believe. And I know we went through rather quickly in some of the areas, but your website has an awful lot of information. And hey, I know that you're always welcoming people to call up and talk and drop in, and there's so many different things that you can get into. So thank you very much for the tour. It's been great.
Thank you very much for coming with us and having a quick peek at Valley Pentecostal Church. And,
great.
Come anytime.
Very well. Take care.